Some things in life are impossible to avoid: pain, challenges, and tough decisions. The question is whether you face that pain now or let it build until it controls your entire life. Real change comes from making hard choices today, even when it hurts, so you don't suffer for years to come. This video is about understanding why waking up to your struggles, pushing through discomfort, and committing fully to your goals is the only way to break free from endless suffering. It's about choosing growth over comfort and strength over fear. If you want a life where you don't regret missed chances or wasted time, you need to hear this message and act on it now. Chapter 1. Accept your current struggles to start real change. Look, life isn't easy. Everyone faces pain, hardship, and struggle. That's a fact no one can run away from. But here's the difference: how you respond to your struggles changes everything. You have two choices: wake up now and face your pain, or ignore it and suffer forever. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because it's true, and it matters for your future. Right now, you might be feeling stuck. Maybe you're tired of trying and getting nowhere. Maybe you're overwhelmed by your problems. You might feel like giving up because it seems easier than facing what's in front of you. But that feeling, that weight you carry, that's where real change begins. You have to accept the struggle. You have to be honest with yourself about what's hard, what's wrong, and what needs fixing. When you accept your current struggles, you stop wasting energy pretending everything is fine. You stop blaming others or circumstances for your situation. You stop running from the hard truth. That moment of acceptance is powerful because it opens the door to growth. It makes you ready to take the next step. Imagine carrying a heavy load every day, but refusing to admit it's there. That load drags you down slowly. But once you recognize it, you can figure out how to put it down or carry it better. The same is true for your struggles. Acknowledging them lets you find solutions, make plans, and push forward. Accepting struggle doesn't mean you like it or want it. It means you see it clearly and stop pretending it's not happening. It means you stop blaming outside forces and start looking inward for answers. It means you stop waiting for a miracle and start making changes with your own hands. I want you to feel the weight of your struggles right now, not to be crushed by them, but to understand where you stand. Feel the frustration, the tiredness, maybe even the pain in your chest when things aren't going well. Those feelings are real, and they matter. Don't push them away. When you sit with them, you can hear what they're telling you. What is your pain showing you? What part of your life is out of balance? What habits or choices have brought you here? Be honest. There's no shame in admitting you're not okay. That honesty is your starting point. Once you accept your struggles, the next step is to decide what you want. What life do you want to build from this moment? Do you want to keep feeling stuck and tired, or do you want to fight for change? That decision is yours, and it changes everything. Change isn't quick or easy. It often feels uncomfortable or scary. But it's better to face discomfort now than to live with regret forever. You might have to make hard choices, say no to distractions, and push through days when you want to quit. That's the price of freedom from suffering. Remember, no one else can do this for you. No one can suffer your pain or make the changes you need. It's your life, your fight. Accepting that responsibility is hard, but it's also freeing. It means you're in control of your future. Right now, you might want to run from this message because it's uncomfortable. But that discomfort is your signal. It's your body telling you it's time to wake up. Don't ignore it. Listen closely. You have the strength inside you to get through this. You've faced challenges before, and survived. You can do it again, stronger and wiser. The key is acceptance. Once you accept where you are, you can start moving forward. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for things to be easier. They won't be. Waiting only makes the suffering last longer. The sooner you accept your struggles and take action, the sooner you free yourself from pain. You can start small. Maybe it's admitting a mistake, asking for help, or setting a simple goal. Every small step builds momentum. Every step forward brings relief. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel tired. But don't let those feelings stop you. Use them to remind yourself why you have to keep going. Your pain is not a life sentence. It's a signal for change. Wake up to it now and fight through it, or keep ignoring it and suffer forever. The choice is yours. Chapter 2. Face your fears today to avoid lifelong pain. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions you will ever feel. It's natural to want to avoid it, because fear is uncomfortable and sometimes even paralyzing. But avoiding your fears only makes them grow stronger inside you. The longer you run from fear, the bigger and more controlling it becomes. If you want to live a life free from unnecessary pain, you have to face your fears now. When fear shows up, it often feels like a heavy weight on your chest or a pit in your stomach. It might make your heart race or your hands shake. These are your body's ways of telling you something is important. Fear is a warning sign, but it's also an invitation. It invites you to step forward, even when you don't feel ready. Many people live their entire lives hiding from fear. They avoid difficult conversations, don't take chances, or stay in situations that hurt them because it feels safer. But that safety is a trap. It keeps you stuck and suffering. The pain of avoiding fear today can turn into lifelong pain. You lose opportunities, lose confidence, and lose yourself. To stop this, you have to change your relationship with fear. Fear is not the enemy. It's a guide. It points you toward what matters most in your life. The fears you face today are the keys to your growth tomorrow. When you confront fear, you take away its power. You show yourself that you are stronger than your doubts and worries. Facing fear is not about being fearless. Nobody is truly fearless. It's about feeling the fear and doing what needs to be done anyway. It's about refusing to let fear decide your future. When you act despite fear, you build courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward, even though fear is there. You can begin by naming your fears. Write down what scares you most. Be honest. It could be fear of failure, rejection, change, or even success. When you see your fears on paper, they lose some of their mystery and power. It becomes easier to plan how to face them. Next, break your fears into smaller steps. If you're afraid of speaking up, start by speaking in a small group. If you fear failure, try a small challenge first. Taking small actions builds confidence. Each time you face a fear, it gets easier. Your brain learns you can handle more than you thought. It's normal to feel shaky or uncertain at first. Fear triggers your survival instincts. Your body wants to protect you, but your mind can override those instincts with choice. You can choose to act even when your body says no. That choice is freedom. Don't wait for fear to disappear before you act. It rarely does. Waiting just delays your growth and adds to your suffering. The pain of avoiding fear can become regret, bitterness, and missed chances. Facing fear today prevents that pain tomorrow. Remember, fear often hides the things you want most. On the other side of fear is growth, success, and peace. It's where you find your true potential. When you push through fear, you expand your life and open doors you never thought possible. You don't have to face your fears alone. Support from friends, family, or mentors can give you strength. Talking about your fears reduces their power. You'll realize you're not the only one struggling, and that helps you feel less isolated. The hardest part of facing fear is the first step. After that, every step forward builds momentum. Courage grows like a muscle. It strengthens each time you use it. Over time, you become someone who faces challenges with calm and confidence. The choice is clear. You can keep hiding and suffer a lifetime of pain, or you can face your fears now and start living fully. Pain will come either way, but the kind of pain you choose makes all the difference. Facing your fears today is a form of love for your future self. It's saying, I care enough to fight for a better life. That fight is not easy, but it's worth every struggle. Because in the end, freedom from fear is freedom to live. Chapter 3. Build discipline now to prevent future regrets. Discipline is the foundation of any meaningful change in life. It is not a word that sounds exciting or glamorous, but it is the single most important tool you have to avoid future regrets. When you build discipline now, you prepare yourself for success, peace, and satisfaction later. When you avoid discipline, you create a life filled with missed opportunities, frustration, and disappointment. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means choosing long-term benefits over short-term pleasure. It means showing up every day with purpose, focus, and commitment. This is not about being perfect. Nobody is perfect. It is about being consistent enough to move forward. At the start, discipline can feel like a heavy burden. It demands sacrifice and effort. It asks you to say no to distractions and temptations. It requires patience because results don't happen overnight. Many people give up before they see the real benefits. This is why most regret in life comes from lack of discipline. Think about what it feels like when you put something important off. Maybe it's exercise, saving money, or studying. You tell yourself you will start tomorrow, but tomorrow becomes next week, then next month, then next year. When you look back, you realize you lost time that can never be recovered. That is the pain of regret. Building discipline now means changing this pattern. It means taking control of your actions and choices in the present moment. It means setting clear goals and breaking them into daily tasks. Discipline is not about huge leaps. It's about small, steady steps that add up over time. The key is to create habits that support your goals. Habits are actions you do automatically without thinking. Once discipline forms a habit, it becomes easier and less tiring. For example, if you want to get fit, discipline is what makes you put on your shoes and start moving, even when you feel tired. Over time, exercise becomes a habit, and you no longer have to push yourself as hard. Discipline also protects you from future pain. Imagine living without discipline. You might enjoy comfort today but feel stress and regret tomorrow. Financial problems, poor health, broken relationships all often come from a lack of discipline. You suffer because you ignored what you should have done earlier. On the other hand, discipline brings freedom. It gives you control over your life. When you are disciplined, you are not a slave to your emotions or impulses. You can handle challenges calmly because you have prepared yourself. Discipline helps you finish what you start and reach your potential. Building discipline takes practice. It requires commitment and honest self-reflection. Ask yourself where you waste time or give in to easy choices. Identify the moments when you could have acted differently. These moments are opportunities to build discipline. Start by focusing on one area of your life where discipline matters most. It could be your health, work, finances, or personal growth. Set a small daily goal that pushes you a little beyond your comfort zone. Stick to it, no matter what. Over time, increase the difficulty and expand to other areas. It's important to be patient with yourself during this process. Discipline does not mean harsh punishment or self-criticism. It means respect for your goals and commitment to your future. When you fail or slip up, acknowledge it and get back on track. Growth is not a straight line. The pain of building discipline now is temporary. It might mean waking up early, saying no to distractions, or pushing through fatigue. But this pain is nothing compared to the lifelong suffering caused by regrets. Future you will thank you for the hard work you do today. Imagine looking back years from now and knowing you gave your best effort every day. You stayed focused when it was hard. You didn't give in to easy temptations. That feeling is worth every moment of discipline. Building discipline is the difference between living passively and living intentionally. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. When you choose discipline, you take control of your story. You refuse to be a victim of circumstance. Remember, discipline is a choice you make every day. No one can force it on you. No one can do it for you. It comes from within. It requires strength, courage, and commitment. But the rewards are real and lasting. The pain you feel when you push yourself now is a sign of growth. It means you are building a future where regrets lose their power. It means you are waking up to your potential and fighting for a better life. Chapter 4. Choose hard work over comfort for lasting success. Comfort is something everyone seeks. It feels good. It makes life easier. But comfort is also one of the biggest enemies of success. If you want lasting success, you have to choose hard work over comfort. The choice is simple, but not easy. It requires sacrifice, persistence, and pushing through discomfort every day. Comfort tempts you with rest and ease. It tells you to take the easy path, delay your goals, or avoid challenges. But that easy path leads to a life of missed opportunities and regret. When you choose comfort, you often settle for less than you deserve. You settle for a life that is safe but unfulfilling. Hard work is different. Hard work demands effort, discipline, and commitment. It asks you to do the things that others won't do. It asks you to rise early when your body wants to sleep. It asks you to focus when distractions are everywhere. Hard work is uncomfortable, but it produces results. Success built on hard work lasts because it is earned. It is not a matter of luck or chance. It comes from showing up, doing the work, and refusing to quit. Those who choose hard work over comfort understand that pain and struggle are part of growth. They do not avoid difficulty. They embrace it as a necessary step. Choosing hard work means you say no to instant gratification. You delay pleasure today to build something better tomorrow. This is not about working yourself to exhaustion, but about making smart choices that prioritize your goals over comfort. When you choose comfort, you risk losing motivation and direction. You might feel good now, but over time, comfort creates boredom and dissatisfaction. It dulls your ambition and shrinks your vision. Hard work keeps you moving forward, growing and becoming stronger. The feeling of hard work is not always pleasant. It can be tiring and frustrating. There will be days when you want to quit or take an easier route. These moments test your commitment. What you decide in these moments shapes your future. Hard work builds character. It teaches you patience, resilience, and perseverance. When you face challenges head-on, you learn who you really are. You discover strengths you didn't know you had. This inner growth is the true reward of choosing hard work. Comfort, on the other hand, often leads to weakness. When you avoid hard work, you avoid the chance to grow. You stay in your comfort zone, But that zone becomes a cage. You limit yourself without even realizing it. To choose hard work over comfort, you have to set clear priorities. Know what matters most to you and why. When your purpose is strong, it becomes easier to say no to comfort. Your goals become your motivation. Hard work is a daily decision. It requires consistency. One day of hard work will not change your life, but repeated days will. Success is the result of many small efforts, done consistently. Over time, it's important to balance hard work with rest and recovery. Working hard does not mean working without breaks. Smart hard work includes taking care of your body and mind. Rest fuels your energy and keeps you focused. Hard work also means learning from failure. When things don't go as planned, you don't give up or look for comfort. You analyze, adjust, and keep going. Failure is not the end. It's a lesson on the road to success. Comfort might give you temporary relief, but it will never bring lasting success. Hard work may be difficult now, but it builds a foundation that supports your dreams and goals. It makes success real and meaningful. Think about the people you admire who have achieved great things. Their success was never handed to them. It was earned through hard work and sacrifice. They chose discomfort in the moment to enjoy comfort for a lifetime. Choosing hard work is choosing yourself. It's choosing the future you want, even if the present feels tough. It's refusing to settle for less and pushing through pain for something greater. Remember, the pain of hard work is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Choosing comfort now might feel good, but it will cost you more than you realize. Choosing hard work builds a life you can be proud of. Chapter 5. Embrace discomfort as the path to growth. Discomfort is something most people avoid. It feels unpleasant, stressful, and even painful. But discomfort is not the enemy. It is the gateway to growth, change, and strength. If you want to move forward in life and become the person you are meant to be, you have to learn to embrace discomfort rather than run from it. Every time you face discomfort, you have a choice. You can avoid it and stay where you are, or you can accept it and grow stronger. Avoiding discomfort feels easier in the moment, but it creates long-term problems. It keeps you stuck in the same patterns, repeating the same mistakes, and feeling frustrated. When you embrace discomfort, you step into your power. You open yourself up to new experiences, learning, and growth. Discomfort forces you to leave your comfort zone, the place where nothing changes. Growth only happens when you move beyond what feels safe and familiar. Discomfort can show up in many ways. It might be the nervousness before trying something new. It could be the pain of facing difficult truths about yourself. It might be the frustration of working hard with little immediate reward. All these moments are opportunities for growth. You don't have to like discomfort, but you do have to accept it if you want to improve. When you accept discomfort, you reduce its power over you. It stops being something to fear and becomes something to expect and work through. Discomfort also teaches patience. Growth is rarely quick or easy. It often requires time, effort, and persistence. When you learn to sit with discomfort, you build patience. You learn that progress can be slow and steady, but still valuable. Many people avoid discomfort by staying busy with distractions or escaping into comfort. This might feel good temporarily, but it prevents real growth. The discomfort you run from today will return in some other form tomorrow or next year. Facing it now saves you from repeating the cycle. Embracing discomfort requires mental strength. It means choosing what's hard over what's easy. It means pushing yourself when you feel tired or discouraged. This kind of strength builds confidence and resilience. You begin to trust yourself more because you know you can handle challenges. Growth through discomfort also means learning from failure. When you fail, it often feels uncomfortable. But failure is one of the best teachers if you accept it. Each failure gives you valuable information about what works and what doesn't. Embracing that discomfort means you are willing to learn and try again. It's important to remember that discomfort is temporary. It might feel intense in the moment, but it usually passes. The feelings of frustration, fear, or pain don't last forever. What lasts is the growth and strength you gain by moving through them. If you want to build new skills, improve relationships, or change your habits, discomfort is part of the process. There is no shortcut around it. Every success story involves someone who faced discomfort head-on and kept going. Discomfort also helps you discover what matters most to you. When you go through hard times, your true values and priorities become clearer. You learn what you are willing to fight for and what you need to let go of. You don't have to face discomfort alone. Support from others can help you push through difficult times. Sharing your struggles reduces the burden and reminds you that growth is a shared human experience. When you start embracing discomfort, you may notice your mindset changing. You become less afraid of challenges and more open to opportunities. You develop courage because you know you can survive hard moments. The key to embracing discomfort is accepting that it is a natural and necessary part of life. No one grows without it. Instead of avoiding discomfort, prepare yourself to face it with curiosity and determination. Remember, you can control how you respond to discomfort. You can choose to see it as a sign that you are moving forward rather than a reason to quit. This choice makes all the difference. Growth feels uncomfortable because it asks you to change. But every change you make brings you closer to the life you want. Embrace discomfort now so you don't suffer from regret later. Chapter 6. Take responsibility for your life without excuses. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most important steps you can take toward freedom and success. It means owning your choices, your actions, and the outcomes in your life. When you stop making excuses and accept full responsibility, you gain power over your future. When you blame others or circumstances, you give away that power and stay stuck. Many people fall into the trap of excuses. It's easier to say, "I can't because of this or that happened to me, so I'm stuck." But excuses don't solve problems. They only delay growth and increase suffering. If you want to change your life, you have to look honestly at yourself and the role you play in your situation. Taking responsibility does not mean blaming yourself for everything. It means recognizing what you can control and what you can't. You may not control all your circumstances, but you control how you respond to them. That response shapes your life more than any external factor. Excuses often come from fear and discomfort. It's uncomfortable to admit mistakes or weaknesses. It's scary to face the hard truth that your life is your own responsibility. But the freedom that comes from accepting responsibility is worth that discomfort. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for others to fix your problems. You stop hoping for luck or miracles. You become the driver of your own life. This mindset shift creates confidence and determination. You realize that your future is in your hands. This doesn't mean everything will be easy. Life will still have challenges. But when you take responsibility, you face those challenges with a stronger mindset. You focus on solutions instead of complaints. You ask yourself, "What can I do now?" instead of "Why is this happening to me?" Accountability is a big part of responsibility. It means being honest with yourself about your progress and setbacks. When you mess up, you admit it. You learn from it and keep moving forward. Hiding from your mistakes or blaming others only slows you down. Many people hold on to excuses because they protect their ego. It's hard to admit you could have done better, but holding on to excuses builds walls between you and your growth. Breaking down those walls starts with courage and honesty. Taking responsibility means setting clear goals and working consistently toward them. It means planning your days with purpose and following through. When you do this, excuses lose their power because your actions speak louder than your doubts. Responsibility also means managing your emotions. It's easy to blame anger, fear, or sadness for your actions, but you are responsible for how you handle your feelings. Learning to manage emotions helps you make better decisions and stay focused on your goals. If you want to improve your life, start by examining the stories you tell yourself. Are those stories excuses in disguise? Are you avoiding truth because it's uncomfortable? Challenge those stories and replace them with honest, empowering ones. Taking responsibility grows your self-respect. When you hold yourself accountable, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted. This trust builds confidence and motivates you to aim higher. No one is perfect at responsibility. Everyone makes mistakes or slips into excuses sometimes. The difference is how quickly you recognize it and get back on track. Consistent effort to take responsibility is what leads to lasting change. When you take responsibility, you also inspire others. People respect those who own their lives and face challenges head-on. Your example can motivate others to stop making excuses and start taking control. Remember, excuses keep you stuck in the past. Responsibility moves you forward into your future. The sooner you accept this truth, the sooner you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. This is your life, your choices, your responsibility. No one else can live it for you. The power to change is already inside you. Accept it and act. Chapter 7. Develop consistent habits to overcome future challenges. Life will always bring challenges. There is no way around it. What separates those who succeed from those who struggle is how they handle those challenges. One of the most powerful tools you can develop is consistent habits. Habits shape your daily actions and prepare you to face whatever comes your way. When you build strong, positive habits now, you create a foundation that helps you overcome future difficulties more easily. A habit is simply a behavior you repeat regularly until it becomes automatic. Habits don't require constant willpower because they are part of your routine. This is why developing good habits is so important. They guide your actions even when motivation is low or obstacles arise. Challenges often catch us off guard because we don't have strong habits in place. When life gets hard, it's easy to fall back on old patterns or give up. But if your habits support your goals and values, they act like a safety net. They keep you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is key. Doing something once or twice is not enough. Habits require repetition over time. Small actions repeated daily have a compounding effect. They grow stronger and more natural with each repetition. Over months and years, these habits can change your life completely. The first step to developing consistent habits is to choose habits that align with your goals. For example, if you want to improve your health, habits might include drinking water every morning, exercising regularly, or getting enough sleep. If your goal is financial stability, habits could be tracking expenses or saving a small amount each week. It's important to start small. Trying to change too much at once often leads to failure. Pick one habit and focus on it until it becomes part of your daily life. Then add another. This slow and steady approach builds momentum and confidence. Consistency requires discipline. Some days you won't feel like following your habits. You might be tired, stressed, or distracted. But that's when habits matter most. The actions you take when you don't feel like it shape your character and future. Tracking your progress helps keep habits consistent. Use a journal, app, or checklist to record your daily actions. Seeing your progress motivates you to keep going and helps you identify when you slip. When you notice a break in your habit, you can take immediate steps to get back on track. Sometimes habits need to be adjusted. Life changes, and what worked before might not work now. Be flexible and willing to adapt your habits to your current situation while keeping your overall goals in mind. Building habits also means removing obstacles. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in your house. If you want to be more productive, reduce distractions like social media during work time. Changing your environment to support your habits makes consistency easier. Over time, consistent habits build resilience. When challenges come, you already have a routine that supports your well-being and progress. This routine helps reduce stress and uncertainty because you know what to do. It also builds confidence because you see yourself handling life's ups and downs. Developing habits is not just about achieving goals, it's about becoming the person who can face challenges with strength and grace. Habits shape your identity. When you say, "I am someone who takes care of my body," or "I am a person who plans and saves," you reinforce your commitment to those habits. There will be setbacks and failures along the way. Missing a day or two does not mean failure. What matters is your ability to get back to your habits quickly. Consistency is not perfection, it's persistence. The future is unpredictable, but habits prepare you for it. When life throws problems at you, your habits give you tools to respond effectively. They help you stay calm, focused, and solution-oriented. Think about the habits you want to develop today. Which habits will help you overcome the challenges you expect to face? Which habits will build your strength, patience, and focus? Choose those habits and commit to practicing them daily. Remember, you are creating your future one habit at a time. Each small, consistent action builds the foundation for a life that can handle hardship without falling apart. Chapter 8. Prioritize long-term goals over short-term satisfaction. One of the hardest things to do in life is to say no to what feels good right now in order to create something better for the future. Short-term satisfaction can be very tempting because it gives instant pleasure or relief. But if you want lasting success and peace, you have to learn to prioritize your long-term goals over these temporary comforts. Short-term satisfaction often looks like easy choices. It could be scrolling through social media instead of working on a project. It might be eating junk food instead of preparing a healthy meal. It could be avoiding difficult conversations or problems because they feel uncomfortable. These choices feel good in the moment, but come at a cost later. Long-term goals require patience, focus, and sometimes sacrifice. They might not provide immediate happiness, but they build the life you truly want. When you focus on your long-term goals, you invest in your future self. You say, "I care about tomorrow more than just today." Choosing long-term goals means resisting the urge to chase quick wins. Quick wins can feel like success, but they don't last. Real success takes time and effort. It requires steady work, consistency, and delaying gratification. The problem with prioritizing short-term satisfaction is that it trains your brain to seek constant rewards. This makes it harder to focus on anything that doesn't provide instant pleasure. Over time, this habit can lead to frustration, poor health, and missed opportunities. When you prioritize your long-term goals, you build discipline and self-control. These qualities help you stay on track, even when distractions and temptations are strong. You learn to delay pleasure because you see the bigger picture. Long-term goals give your life meaning and direction. They create a sense of purpose that drives you forward. When you focus only on short-term satisfaction, life can feel aimless or empty. Long-term goals provide motivation and hope. It's important to be clear about your long-term goals. Write them down and review them often. When temptation arises, remind yourself of why these goals matter. This connection to your purpose makes it easier to say no to short-term distractions. Building habits that support your long-term goals is essential. These habits keep you moving forward, even when motivation fades. Over time, they make the pursuit of your goals feel natural rather than a constant struggle. Sacrifices are part of the process. You might miss out on some fun moments or easy pleasures, but these sacrifices lead to greater rewards, freedom, success, and peace that last. When you prioritize long-term goals, you also learn to be patient with yourself. Progress might be slow, and setbacks may happen, but the focus on the future keeps you committed and resilient. Sometimes it helps to break down long-term goals into smaller milestones. These milestones provide a sense of achievement and keep you motivated. Celebrating small wins reminds you that your hard work is paying off. Be aware of the people and environments around you. They can influence your focus on long-term goals. Surround yourself with people who support your vision and encourage your discipline. Avoid environments that tempt you to chase short-term satisfaction. Prioritizing long-term goals is an act of self-respect. It shows that you value your future and are willing to do what it takes to protect it. This respect grows your confidence and belief in yourself. Every choice you make is a step toward either your long-term goals or short-term satisfaction. Awareness of this fact helps you make better decisions. When you catch yourself leaning toward instant pleasure, pause and ask if it aligns with your bigger vision. The pain of missing out on short-term fun is temporary. The pain of regret from ignoring your long-term goals can last a lifetime. The sooner you choose long-term success over short-term ease, the sooner you build a life you can be proud of. Chapter 9. Learn from failure instead of fearing it. Failure is something everyone experiences. No one escapes it. But how you view failure makes all the difference between moving forward and staying stuck. When you fear failure, you avoid risks and opportunities. You stay in your comfort zone and limit your potential. When you learn from failure, you grow stronger, wiser, and closer to your goals. Fear of failure often stops people before they even try. It creates a mental block that tells you, "What if I mess up?" or "What if I'm not good enough?" These thoughts are normal, but they become dangerous when they control your actions. Avoiding failure means avoiding growth. Failure is not the end of the road, it's a step on the path to success. Every successful person has faced failure many times. They didn't quit when they failed. Instead, they looked closely at what went wrong, learned the lesson, and tried again. This process is what builds resilience. Learning from failure means being honest with yourself about what happened. It means asking difficult questions. What caused the failure? What could I do differently next time? What did I learn about myself and my process? This honest reflection turns failure into valuable feedback. Fear of failure can also come from a desire to protect your ego. Nobody wants to feel embarrassed or ashamed, but holding on to that fear keeps you trapped in a cycle of inaction. Accepting failure as part of growth helps you break free from that cycle. Failure teaches humility. It reminds you that you don't have all the answers, and that growth is ongoing. This humility opens you up to learning from others, seeking help, and improving your skills. When you shift your mindset from fearing failure to learning from it, you reduce the emotional pain that comes with setbacks. Failure becomes less intimidating because you see it as a normal, even necessary, part of progress. Taking risks is essential if you want to succeed. Risks come with the possibility of failure, but they also come with the possibility of reward. When you learn from failure, you become more comfortable taking calculated risks that move you forward. It's important to separate failure from your identity. Failing at a task does not mean you are a failure as a person. This distinction helps protect your self-esteem and keeps you motivated to keep trying. Building resilience through failure also means developing patience. Success rarely happens overnight. It requires many attempts, adjustments, and learning experiences. Being patient helps you stay committed during tough times. Support from others can help you learn from failure. Talking about your setbacks with trusted friends or mentors can provide new perspectives and encouragement. You don't have to face failure alone. Sometimes failure can feel overwhelming. You might want to give up or doubt your abilities. In those moments, remind yourself of past failures you overcame. Remember the lessons you learned and how far you've come. Failure often reveals hidden strengths. When you face it, you discover qualities like determination, creativity, and problem-solving skills. These strengths help you succeed in the future. Don't wait for perfect conditions to take action. Fear of failing perfectly is a common reason people don't start. Taking imperfect action and learning from mistakes is better than doing nothing. Reflect on the failures that have shaped you so far. What have they taught you? How have they prepared you for what's next? Use those lessons as fuel to keep going. Accepting failure as part of the process frees you from the paralyzing fear that holds you back. It empowers you to take chances and keep growing. Chapter 10. Commit fully now to avoid endless suffering. Commitment is the decisive factor that separates those who reach their goals from those who watch opportunities slip away. To commit fully means to give your whole effort, heart, and mind to what matters most. It means stopping half measures, distractions, and doubts. Without full commitment, suffering continues because progress stalls, frustration grows, and regrets pile up. Partial effort is often the biggest enemy of success. Many people start projects or changes with good intentions, but give up when challenges appear. This half-hearted approach leads to disappointment. You don't fail because you tried, you fail because you didn't commit enough to follow through. Committing fully requires clarity about your purpose. When you know why you are doing something, it becomes easier to stay focused and motivated. Purpose gives your commitment meaning. Without it, commitment feels like a chore and is easier to abandon. Commitment means accepting the discomfort that comes with growth and change. It means choosing discipline over convenience and persistence over quitting. This discomfort is temporary, but the benefits of commitment last a lifetime. When you commit fully, your actions become consistent. You no longer wait for the perfect moment or the right mood. You take steps forward every day, no matter how small. This steady progress adds up and moves you closer to your goals. A full commitment also means taking responsibility for your outcomes. You stop blaming external factors or waiting for others to make things happen. You own your decisions and their results. This ownership gives you power and control over your life. Fear and doubt often try to sabotage commitment. You might fear failure, rejection, or the unknown. These fears create hesitation and second-guessing. But commitment requires courage to face these fears and push through them. Commitment is not about perfection. You will make mistakes and face setbacks. What matters is your willingness to keep going despite challenges. This perseverance builds strength and character. Surrounding yourself with support helps maintain commitment. People who encourage and hold you accountable can boost your motivation. Sharing your commitment with others creates a sense of responsibility and connection. Sometimes commitment means saying no to distractions or opportunities that don't align with your goals. Protecting your time and energy is essential to stay focused. This might mean missing out on short-term pleasures, but it preserves your long-term vision. Committing fully also means investing in your growth. This could be through learning new skills, seeking advice, or improving your mindset. Commitment pushes you to become better so you can handle bigger challenges. When you commit fully, you create momentum. This momentum makes future decisions easier because your habits and mindset support your goals. You become someone who follows through and gets results. Without full commitment, suffering continues because you remain stuck between wanting change and avoiding effort. This limbo creates frustration, anxiety, and regret. Commitment ends this cycle by forcing decisive action. Imagine looking back years from now knowing you gave your best effort without giving up. That confidence and pride come from commitment. It's a feeling worth working for. Committing fully today is an act of respect for your future self. It says you value your potential and refuse to settle for less. This respect fuels your motivation and keeps you moving forward.